Hello and welcome to Karma's a Stitch. I'm Tonya and this is a YouTube channel where we talk about knitting or crochet or whatever else we might be getting into. I do my episodes a little bit differently. I tend to work on one project a week, and that project is determined by a dice app that I have on my iPad. And the dice app, when you open it up, it pulls up two different dice. And you can set how many sides the dice have. And so the first one I have, I think it's 16 or 20. I'm not for sure, I'll have to double check. And that dice tells me which cubby I'm gonna go to on my whip wall. And what my whip wall is a bunch of cubbies with projects inside each cubby. So that first dice tells me which cubby I go to pick my project for the week. And the second dice is a two-sided dice, and it'll say 1 or 2, and that tells me which project in that cubby I'm taking out, 1 or 2. Last week I rolled and I got the Baldelia sweater. So the Baldelia, here's a picture of it. It had some fantastic texturing under the arm and down the side. It is by Marie Amelie Designs. And it says that the Baldelia is a batwing pullover worked seamlessly from the top down. The circular yoke with its feminine neckline transitions smoothly into raglan shaping at the underarm, emphasized by single rib. And this, as you can see, this was done in one solid color. And the sleeves, I absolutely fell in love with. I fell in love with those sleeves. I love the bulkiness. I typically, when I will have a sweater, I like to have that bulkiness all the way down to about the middle of my hand. Like, I like a big sleeve, but if it's gonna have a cuff, I want an extra long cuff, and I really like to have it flare out right above that ribbing for the cuff. So I really enjoyed this, and I did decide, I kind of splurged a little bit and did it with a 50-50 superwash merino and silk blend from a dyer. And I always say that she's local to me. She's not far from me. And that is Blue Savannah. And her wool is always, it just always feels so luxurious. And so I made an entire sweater out of this 50-50 superwash silk blend. And I went ahead and I did 2 colors. Now, I did not want, with this, I did not want stripes per se, like this many rows of this color, this many rows of this color, this many rows. I did not want an orderly formation of rows, but I did want just a sporadic flurry of both colors. And both of these colors are just so beautiful and shimmery because of the silk. I don't know how else to describe it. So if you guys watched last week, you will have seen my progress on the Baldelia, and it is a top down. So here you guys had, this is what you would have seen last week. And this here is where I was when you guys saw it. And I did finish this sweater. I'm so excited. I will try it on for you guys and we can talk about it a little bit more. But if you look, I just have the colors sporadic. Like, there's no rhyme or reason. I did the cuffs all in the purple, and then the bottom ribbing, which is a 1x1 rib. Okay, I did all the ribbing in the purple, and then I just did an edge row of the silver or gray. I think it was called flagstone. Anyway, and then you have this gorgeous textured bit on the side and the underarm. Look at that. So once I block this has not been blocked. Once I block this, I know that these stitches will smooth out. But look at how beautiful. So yes, I'm very excited about these colors. I'm super excited about this sweater. I am gonna take, now that I've shown you guys my progress, I'll hold it up one more time. So this is where I was when you guys saw it last week when I rolled the dice, and it's a top down. So I had the yoke and the sleeves all complete. And so I just had to go from here down to the bottom. Now, I also like to have a longer sweater. So I used up nearly all of my wool. This right here, let's see, what were the colors? Let's see. Yep. So it was 2 different colorways by Blue Savannah. Let's see if I can hold that a little bit better. And this is a DK weight, 50% superwash merino, 50% silk. So there's 231 yards per 100 grams. And the silver color, this one here, was flagstone. And this right here is how much I have left. This is it. This is all I have left. And I weighed it. I'm pretty sure it said 5 grams, but I'll do it again just to be for sure. Yep, I have 5 grams left of the flagstone. And then for the second color, which is called Chicory, which is C-H-I-C-O-R-Y, Chicory. This right here is all I have left for that. Okay, and that is loosely wound. And when I put this on the scale, it doesn't even register as 1 gram. Okay, so there's really just not much left of this Chicory. I'm pretty pleased with that. I tend to try to use up as much as I possibly can. I don't like to have a lot of leftovers from older projects. This sweater was done on a US 5 and 6, I believe. Let me just, I don't want to misspeak. Nope, a US 4 I used, it says a US 4 and a US 7. So I used the 4 on the ribbing for the cuff. I used the 7 for the rest of the sweater until I got down to here. And the ribbing for the waistline, they wanted it to be, the pattern wanted me to go back to a 4. And I really didn't want the waistline to be cinched in quite that much. So it says to use a 4. I used a 6 to start the ribbing, and then I finished it with a 5 to just bring it in a little bit more, because I don't want this fitting my form. I don't want it form fitting. So I am super pleased with this. I do need to block it, but I'll try it on for you first so you can see it. 1 second. Okay, here, and keep in mind, this has not been blocked yet. So a lot of this stuff here will even out with the blocking. When I block it, it's supposed to have a bat wing shape. I love the length of the sleeves. The body is nice and loose. There's lots of positive ease. So I'll be able to block this, and I'm just gonna love it. It feels so good on my skin. I am just so excited to look at this. To wear this. The top, just this whole sweater. I love how the colors are going in together. They blend nicely. I love the differences in the sleeve striping. I just didn't even keep track. Do you know how much stress that reduced? So yes, it is a nice length. It's lovely. I'm so pleased with this top. I'm so happy with this sweater. Yeah, so this sweater, the neckline isn't too claustrophobic. I guess it's not the neckline that would be claustrophobic. It would be me, but it doesn't interfere with my issues with things too close on my neck. So I'm just so happy with this. I'm excited to block it. I'm excited to wear it. It's just It's silky. It's so soft. It feels so great on my skin. So anyway, but because you guys, I'm going to do it out of order a little bit because I finished this and I finished it. Today's Friday. I finished this, I think, Wednesday night or Thursday morning. I don't remember, but it did leave me a little time to cast on. And I kind of weighed the odds like, okay, do I record right now? It's just a day and a half. Or do I just wait and record on Friday and roll the dice then? I had a couple of things I really wanted to cast on. The first one, a customer came into the yarn shop last week and she was wearing an item and I said, oh my word, can I try that on? She had taken it off. It's not like I took it off of her back. She had taken it off because she had gotten too warm. And I was like, oh, it's beautiful. It's gorgeous. And I think I need one. I'm not going to tell you what that project is, but I did get to cast that on. And the reason I'm not going to tell you is because we are going to be doing a whip roundup again this year, leading up to Vlogmas. So I'll get into that a little bit later, but one cast on I did start that kind of has a time limit on it. I shouldn't say kind of. It does have a deadline. A friend of mine, you guys have heard me talk about Inner Yarns In. She's a local to me yarn dyer. I get her Advent. This last year, I got her Advent for my birthday month. And she had posted on Facebook about how she loved this swan show and did anybody want to make one for her? She wanted it as a sample for a fiber festival that she's going to at the end of October. So it was kind of a tight deadline, but that was a few weeks ago. I want to say might have been a month ago. And it was not something that I would have looked at and be like, oh my gosh, I need one of those, because I would never wear it. But I looked at it and I was like, that looked like such a fun knit. I would never make one for myself because it's just not my style, but it looked like such a fun project to have on your needles. So and she wanted it done in her yarn. And I love working with her yarn. So it was gonna be a win-win. And so I did cast on, here is, let's see, what page am I on? It's called the Nanilchik Swan Show by Caitlin Hunter. I have a fly flying around my living room. This is what it looks like. Isn't that beautiful? There are more pictures in here. I'll see if I can find one. And she wanted one, and I was like, I think I could get, it's DK weight. And I think that I could get this done by the end of October. I don't know. I don't think it's gonna be a problem. I'm just so excited to be working on it. So she did bring me wool this week. And so instead of rolling the dice, when I finished this, instead of rolling the dice that day, I took the extra day and a half to cast on this Nanilchik Swan Show. So I will share the progress with that one right now, because that one will be gone. It will be back with its owner before I do the whip roundup. So I cast this on. And please keep in mind, this is her wool. She dyed it. She is a lovely dyer. I've always enjoyed working with her wool. So these are her colors, and when she gave it to me, they didn't all have colorway names. I know that I know she has the colorway names, but I don't know all of the colorways. So I cast it on yesterday afternoon, and this is my progress. So here's the neckline. She did want it to be a little bit more loose fitting around her neck. So I'm hoping I get to see her so we can test that out. And this is the progress I'm doing. If you're interested, I will get the colorway names from her. I know that this brown is called Cedar, and this main color is Sandcastle. So if you're interested, I believe she has an Etsy shop, and I can find out what the other colorway names are, but I'm so excited. I've been having so much fun with this swan show, but that's my progress on that project. And that's what I ended up doing with my extra time when I finished this Baldelia. But now it is time to roll the dice and see what I get to work on this upcoming week. Let me make sure all the apps are closed on my iPad, because it's been pretty productive. I've had 2 weeks in a row that I've had an FO. So let's get to the dice app. I will switch the camera. Oh, sorry, you don't need to see the palm of my hand. I'm gonna get the camera and I'll turn it around so that you guys can see the dice. Okay, so here's the dice app. We don't have any apps on. I will open the app. We will hit the button. I'm gonna go to 13.2. Let's go see what's in 13.2. Okay, so we've got cubby 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And project 1, project 2. Let's go see what we've got. Okay, so cubby 13.2 is in this project bag. Emotional baggage, JK, like it could fit in here. How cute is that? I got that. I got this bag at I think it was the grand opening of, maybe it wasn't, maybe it was the trip I made after that. I'm not sure, but I know I got it in the yarn shop that opened up about 2 hours away from us, and it's called the Yarn Shop. I was drawing a blank. Why can't I think? It's called the Yarn Shop, and it's in Twin Falls, Idaho. So, I don't know if I'll get an FO this week, folks. This is going to be a tough one. This this would be my pressed flowers cardigan. So here is a picture of the pressed flowers cardigan. I think it's by Savory Knitting. Yep, Savory Knitting. And let me show you my progress. There you go. There's my pressed flowers cardigan. That's as far as I've gotten. But look at those colors. So I had seen a lot of cardigans done with a dark color as the main, and then a lighter color as the flowers. And so I decided to reverse it. I love it. I love this. Let me tell you what wool I'm using. The blue, the flower color, is Noro. It's a Noro blend. The base is the Kakagori. It is 50% cotton, 30% silk, 10% viscose, 10% palmide. These are 200 gram balls, and let's see, yardage, 600 meters. So we'll have to do the math. I'm not for sure. So I have 2 of these. And then the pink that I'm using is Jody Long Alba Merino and Alpaca Luxury Tweed Blend. And this is 50% wool, 25% alpaca, and 25%, did I say 20% alpaca? It's 25% alpaca and 25% viscose. 100 grams is 382 yards or 350 meters. So the colorway for this one is Blush. You see all those little tweedy flecks in there? And then I've got this Noro. What is the colorway on this one? You guys, it just says color 7. I'm so sorry. I don't have a colorway name, But look at all the different colors in that. Yeah, so this might be a pretty fun week. I'm not gonna lie. And I don't have as much going on this week. So I'll have some more downtime, which I'm really excited about. Who doesn't get excited about downtime? The last couple weeks have been busy for me. I did put a progress keeper in here. Where did it go? Right here. So I did move my progress keeper up to show where it's at this week when I start, and then we'll just see how much I can get done. But you guys, let me tell you, it has been a busy couple of weeks for me. So you guys know I help out at my friend Erica's yarn shop, and it's called Three Loves. It's on the Boulevard in Nampa, Idaho. And she was away at a retreat last week, and usually I'm there once a week. And it's a busy day, the Wednesdays that I go on Wednesdays, and it's usually really busy. And I'm just going to tell you that this yarn shop is so focused on community. Erica has done such a phenomenal job on building a community around her yarn shop. And so you go in on Wednesdays and there's just this group of amazing ladies. She opens early on Wednesdays, so she opens at 9 in the morning, and these lovely women come in and we all knit. I say we all, they knit. I really do pick on them a lot, and they tolerate me and they let me come back each week. But they knit and they work on their projects and they talk, and it's just such a fantastic community. And then in the front of the shop, a whole nother group of amazing people come in, and it's just wonderful. It's just such a wonderful place to be, but it's usually very, very busy and a lot of activity on Wednesdays. So last week I was at the shop on Tuesday because I was teaching a class on the stockings, the Christmas stockings that I did on for Christmas in July. We taught a class at the yarn shop for that. And so I was teaching that, and then I was there Wednesday to help cover, and I stayed until closing. I closed the yarn shop, and Alex was out of school that day, and so her dad's like, I can't take her to work with me. And so she got to hang out at the yarn shop with me all day, and it was amazing. But then he picked her up from the yarn shop, and I closed, and then I have a Bible study that I go to on Wednesday nights, which it's such a wonderful time for me, and I didn't want to miss it. And so I didn't. I went, and I was there till 10 o'clock, and it's like 35 minutes away from my house. I got home late, and then Thursday I have another Bible study group that I go to. I don't want to call it a book club, but this group we're reading a book together. And so I wanted to go and enjoy that interaction, and just super encouraging. And I left that book club meeting and went to the yarn shop because Erica was away for the weekend. And so I got to hang out at the yarn shop, and I worked until closing. And then Friday I went back to the yarn shop, and I had put together a bingo game, and we had pizza and salad delivered to us, and we made root beer floats, and we just had an absolutely amazing knit night. It was so much fun, and we turned up the music, and they were all playing bingo. Everybody was playing bingo. I was like, you guys, this could be our last round. Maybe some of you came to knit. We can knit anytime. Let's play some more bingo. We had such a fantastic time that night, and I just thoroughly enjoyed that whole group, that whole evening. And the fact that Erica let me do that was just, it was just amazing. I wouldn't have wanted to be anywhere else last Friday night. And so yeah, and then it's just been busy. And then this week I've had my last class for my stockings Tuesday, and then I was at the yarn shop on Wednesday, and I had meetings on Monday. Oh, it was so busy. And next week's not so busy. I could make some really good progress on this pressed flowers cardigan. That's the moral of my story. I could get a lot done, but I don't know if I'll finish an entire cardigan. So you guys, I think that's it for this week. I'll see what I can do on this pressed flowers cardigan. I will be working on that swan show, which I'm super excited about as well. And next week is October 1. So let's talk about the rest of the year, because it's coming again. So next week is October 1. And in years past, I have done Vlogtober. And I've kind of done it along with the mystery knit along. This year I'm going to do something different. Not to say I won't do the mystery knit along, but I won't be doing it during October. During October this year, I am going to be making a Christmas hat. So sorry. I will be making a Christmas hat out of my Halloween Advent from Trilogy Yarns. Now, a couple exciting things about this. Nancy is the dyer with Trilogy, and she's retiring. And I could not, and I think I would be bummed about that. I am bummed that I won't be getting her yarn anymore. I think I would be more bummed about that if she wasn't so excited about what's coming up in her life. She is so excited about all the plans that she has for her retirement. And so I just feel super blessed to be able to get her Halloween Advent and her Christmas one for her final year of dyeing. I am very excited about that. But this Advent coming for the Halloween is the Night Before Christmas color, is the inspiration. It's the color palette. So I don't know what to expect, but the hat that I will be making, I am going to hold this with one color that I'm going to carry all the way through all of the color work charts. So we'll see how that goes. I might modify that, but I will be vlogging in October. I will record my progress each day, and I don't know if I'll just share, I think I'll just share progress on the hat during the vlogs, just so I can keep on track with my dice rolling and those other projects coming out with my weekly vlogs or my weekly episodes. So that will be the month of October. And then the month of November is when I will be doing my whip roundup. And if you didn't watch last year's whip roundup, they are super quick episodes each day or every other day. I figure out how many whips I have and I spread them out through the month of November. And we just open up each one of my project bags and we look at what's in there, decide if I want to keep it or not, and maybe I want to frog it. But if I want to keep it, it's going to go back on that whip wall, and that's where it'll be until I get it done. Then the month of December will be Vlogmas, and I will be doing Vlogmas this year. I do have a couple of Advents I'm doing this year. So yeah, I'm pretty excited. I'm getting the Trilogy Yarn Advent, which is her final Advent that she'll be doing. But on the other side of that, I have another yarn dyer who will be doing their first Advent calendar. So I'm really hoping that I make the cut and I'm able to get her very first Advent calendar. She hasn't released it yet. I don't know how many she's gonna have. I am just hoping that I can get on there quick enough and order one before she's sold out. But it'll be her very first one. And I say her because I don't want to say who it is because I want to make sure I get one. Is that selfish? I'm okay with being a little selfish with this one. But I am excited. I'm hoping to get in with that. And then after Christmas, I will be doing the 12 cast-ons again. And that's the year, and that'll be the year in a wrap. Yeah, that's it. That's all I've got for you guys. I hope everybody's doing good, and I will see you all very soon. Bye.